Aloha from the island of Maui here in Hawaii. I'm Michael Josh, and you're watching GadgetMatch. At its tech summit here, Qualcomm is talking about a future with 5G at its center. A vision powered by this chip, Snapdragon 855. And while we don't expect to see phones running this new SoC till maybe a month or so, just looking at what this chip can do gives us clues about what the phones of 2019 will be like. Here are the top 6 features of Snapdragon 855. Of course, the flagship feature of the 855 is 5G connectivity. So expect next year to be the year to see phones that support upcoming 5G networks. Here in Maui, we also heard from several carriers like Verizon and AT&T, and it looks like 5G networks are rolling out in many other countries very soon. But what does 5G mean for everyday users? Qualcomm says it's about enabling new experiences. With the speeds that 5G promises, streaming 4K videos on Netflix or YouTube might just become the norm. Online multiplayer gaming might be smoother, and the idea of storing files on the cloud might seem more dependable. Of course, with any new chip, expect these new ones to make your phone even faster. Qualcomm is making big claims about performance boost on the 855, 45% CPU performance, 20% faster graphics. They also claim to be 3 times faster than the other 7nm processor for Android, and that would be the Kirin 980 from Huawei. It isn't necessarily going to make your phone more snappy. If you bought your phone this year, then I'm sure it already is. Think about all this power as going to something that's happening in the background to make your phone do things that it's supposed to do even better. Take, for example, computational photography that really over the last few years has pushed the boundaries of taking photos on your phone. Other things might feel a little more experimental today, but are actually good investments for the future. Take Google Lens, for example. Being able to point your phone at a book or objects in the real world, I know you can do that today, but for it to work, you have to send the information you've captured to supercomputers in the cloud. But now, Snapdragon 855 is so powerful that all that computing happens on your device. That's going to be a big deal to what developers can do moving forward. It's also probably worth mentioning that this chip is also more power efficient. We saw a demo with PUBG and Instagram running on devices with the same battery size, and the Snapdragon 855 model lasted 20% longer than last year's model. With the 855, Qualcomm is making a heavier push towards AI-based smartphone computing. One practical example is that the phone is able to determine what's your voice and what's background noise, so that if you're talking to Google Assistant over loud music, it can hear you better. Because this chip is so powerful and it can do things on the hardware level, expect next year's smartphone cameras to get even better. Being able to blur out a background or even replace it while shooting a video, for example. I'd like to think that this also means the next Pixel will be able to give you real-time previews of the things that it does in the background instead of making you wait a few seconds for that final photo to appear. We saw other demos of better night mode and bokeh features. The chip will also support HDR10+ video recording, not just playback. Qualcomm says HDR10+ means up to 1 billion shades of color. Because mobile gamers are such an important market, Qualcomm is making sure it's part of the conversation. I won't go over all the specs here, but expect more power to run graphics-intensive games, smooth frame rates, less drop frames, better, more realistic visuals, without taking a toll on battery life. You know how Apple's Face ID unlock system is seen by many as the most superior version of Face Unlock? Well, Android phones running Snapdragon 855 might be able to get that new feature if manufacturers choose to implement it. We saw a demo using a time-of-flight camera, which is a single infrared camera solution. It works fast, and it's been designed to be even more secure. Qualcomm has also designed the world's first commercial ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. Supposedly, this is an even better solution than other under-display fingerprint scanners because it can read your fingerprints even if your fingers are wet or grimy. And that was our Snapdragon 855 hands-on. We will be featuring all the phones running this new processor next year when they do come out. So that you don't miss any of that, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we post a new video. Follow us on social media for all the fun stuff and make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. From here in Maui, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.